to another episode of Student Corner with Destiny Education. So basically, the Student Corner is a session whereby we do have our current learners or alumni from our partner university, either American InterContinental University or Trident University, come around to share their experience with us. So in today's session, we are having Mr. Olusola Kofoniyi. Yes, he's going to be sharing with us today, and it's already here. Thank you so much for taking out the time to, come share with us on our platform today. We are grateful for that. We know that you're a very busy person, and so for you wanting to do this with us, it means a whole lot to us. So we say thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, so we're just going to delve right in so we don't take so much of your time. So I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions that revolves around, your experience with AIU, the learnings, the curriculum, your experience whilst at school and, after school. So has it been for you? So my first question to you is, how was your experience at AIU like for you? Was it what you expected? So how was your experience like?
So it was what I expected and more. So
Wow.
being online, I thought it would be something I could plug in and just have it as it is. You do understand? Fits into my curriculum just as is. But okay, don't let me scare the others, right? So it was fun. It was insightful, and the instructors and the lecturers are fantastic. The curriculum outline is perfect, right? It helps to adapt to whichever environment you are. Lagos, Nigeria, Lagos City is hectic as you can have it. So being able to plug into that shows how flexible the curriculum is.
Okay, so for you, you feel like the curriculum was flexible?
Yeah.
Okay, so in terms of the learnings, would you say that the learnings are industry relevant or industry current from your own perspective?
Yes. So being in the IT space for over 14 years,
Wow.
You would always wonder why you need an MBA, right? Because we techie guys just want to get into the zone and play with our tools, but you get to a certain level. When you start hitting the management level, you would then need to have a 360-degree view of the business environment. So AIU MBA had helped plug me into that phase, understanding the financial implications of my business impacts and my business transformations plus my decisions has helped shaping my experience and how I see basically how the organization runs. So it's a plus actually.
Wow. So from what you're saying is the MBA program, it helped you in some way get a hang of, the business aspect of the tech business that you've been involved with for over 14 years.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. That sounds fantastic. And you had raised a very salient point at the beginning, like for a person that stays in Lagos, how was it for you? Work-life balance. How was it for you?
So first, let me not act too overzealous. Go back to where 2021 was. We were just coming out of the pandemic. And most of my work operations was remotely. So that's helped a lot. So I didn't have to mix and bundle the operations of the MBA plus work in traffic. However, towards the end of 2021, we had the switch where we got back to almost full mode operation. So the way AIU structured their curriculum, like I said earlier, with the weekly, for those of us that understand the discussion boards, the weekly projects. So we have a timeline, right? So you have, let's say, from Tuesday to Monday, Tuesday week A to Monday week B. an ample time, and I will advise others who are still stuck within this phase to ensure they start early. I started my first semester trying to kill it off at the tail end. That is, I tried submitting my work projects and everything at the tail end. It was always a lot. So you don't need to finish it up from the startup period. Skim it up. Just start getting some paragraphs, some researches done from day 1 to day 2, just before day 7. It works and helps with some level of comfort. You'll have the day 7 to review your work as against running against time. So it's and sticking back to it with the flexibility of the curriculum. AIU really did get 0.8 grade on the way the flexibility of their curriculum was.
Okay. So what would you say about the open door policy that they have with, students and lecturers? You just having the ability to one text away to your lecturer. What would you say about that? Yeah.
So let me play a scenario, a story I had from my first course. So you understand the plagiarism and the
yes
and this. So AIU has a tool for similarity check. So what that is that there is a tool backend that checks your project submitted against the data pool, that's against the database of the entire AIU for similar words, similar uploads of documents. And being my first course, I wanted to submit my project, but instead of just submitting writing, I went to the similarity pool and submitted there. So play the scenario. I had submitted more or less in quotes into the database. And then after that, I submitted again. So my similarity score check came 100%. And the lecturer, obviously, looking at that, he didn't even need to open my document to check what score was. Just called me an F straight. So looking at the open door policy, I just went to the course advisor, went to my lecturer information, got his email address, got my course advisor email address, sent them just a mail detailing what I saw and what I thought and how my naive self thought the way it was meant to be. Submit to the similarity check pool, sort it out and see that, okay, I'm still fine, then go and submit to the pool. And immediately after that, the feedback was almost immediate. And I had that F reversed to a B positive. So it was like, wow. I'll give them the, like I said, the A positive on that bit as well. You have the chat section where you can easily just throw up questions in the discussion boards, wherever you think you are not getting the live, the feeds where we have the recordings sub drop, because like we know it's a self-paced MBA session, so you can go back to previous sessions of recordings, throw your questions, and the lecturers are very accommodating and receptive to your questions and what have you.
That's good. So during your time in school, because I know that you're done with your program now, during your time in school, were you able to, connect, network with people from different walks of life, from different countries? Were you able to do that?
Yes. It was a bit hard because my class or my session then, let me just say my class. I think I had more of people in the time zone, in a different time zone, right? So I had most people in the US and Mexico and the North Africa environment. So it was hard when I had my first group project and you have someone saying, okay, can we meet at 2 p.m. CST? I'm wondering, guy, 2 p.m.
I'm in WAT.
Do you understand? That was like 2 a.m. here. So the flexibility of that as well, we have the group project discussion board where if you're unable to meet up with the live feeds, the live classes or the live recordings for the meetings, you could as well drop your points in the discussion board. So I ensured I participated fully in the group discussion board. So the times I was unable to meet up with the meetings scheduled for awkward times, I was able to drop in my own contributions in the discussion board where everybody would then pick it up and would align. So that's sort of helped align that time zone issue.
Was there any particular thing to you that was like your most memorable moment whilst at AIU for you? What was like your most memorable moment?
Not to lie, my most memorable moment was the last class. So that was when I realized that, wow, this finish line right in front of me. No more discussion boards, no more project work to submit, reading up, IntelliPath and the likes. So I'll go for the easy way out to say that was the most memorable moments. There were a lot of memorable moments, right? But the one
that was the most memorable for you.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So I'll ask you this next question, which is, have you been able to, incorporate the learnings you acquired from the institution to your present job, to your present work? Have you been able to implement, make use of it? Was there any form of relevance to?
Yeah, so 100%. I've been able to apply so much, right? So I was expecting it to just be some sort of an academic process, but in the real sense, it's been beyond that. I've been able to tie in, like I said, trying to see the organization in a 360 view, right? So I've been able to see some points, when I bring up my IT request and finance is telling me budget is this, strategy is telling me the focal points we are looking at A point, B point, C, right? I've been able to see why XYZ is not tying to ABC. So I've been able to tie my request and my strategic planning for the IT department in line with the business goal. So there's so much to do. There is so much innovations that come from the IT space. However, it doesn't fly if it's not in line with the organizational goal.
Objective, yes.
Right. So that becomes priority. So you need to align yourself in that view to ensure you are in sync with the strategy of the organization. That's one key point. The IT project management, done so many IT project management courses before now, but there has been so much to add up to my pool of experience in that view that has helped majorly. I've excelled so much. Do you understand? KPIs have been done and dusted since AI came into play. I had a lot to tie in and plug in from that view as well. So it's been super fantastic in that regard.
So my next question to you is, how would you describe your experience with Destiny Education? Because you've talked a lot about AIU. So how would you describe your experience with Destiny Education?
If I'm able to throw some accolades to one of your representatives that actually made me, because I'd always been so picky about where I was going to do my MBA. It took me so long, right? Because I always thought IT was, once you get your certifications, get your hands-on experience, so much do you need an MBA for, right? And it had helped over the years. I've grown through the hierarchy based on that. But Nobel Johnson had been, she wasn't too choky in the sense of, in the marketing sense. Do you understand? She helped throw the value out there, made us understand the value that was, and helped broker a meeting with, not a meeting, like a session with an AI representative to sell the values. And it was left for me to then make my decision. She wasn't, do you understand how it is with the agents call you every other day, bug you up with SMSs and all. She just did the salient points, threw out the values that I was going to get, and made me come up with my decisions, which I was then the one following up to say I'm ready. And it was a very smooth. It was a very smooth journey getting onboarded to my graduation.
So, what would be like your word of advice to anybody that is contemplating taking advantage of the the Destiny Education study grant offer, and they're a bit not so sure whether or not to do it? What would you say to them?
Yeah. Well, first off is the study grants. I missed that out when I was talking about Destiny Edu. When you compare the actual costs of my MBA, while you still have the original seal from the from the university, and what I paid eventually, I think that's enough. It's 100% value add. I've had opportunities to sit with others that run similar curriculum and activities as programs as Destiny Edu. However, Destiny Edu comes top on that in that space, based on the costing and the available discounts on grants that they are able to render. So I think to everybody thinking of getting an MBA accredited from an international space and gives you a global view, do you understand? The learnings, the teachings, and understanding in the business administration space. Try Destiny Edu via AIU, or try AIU, and rather try, and I'm sure you would not regret it.
Thank you so much for your vote of confidence for us, and thank you so much for also amplifying the fact that the value that it gets for the money, is way out of it. Because sometimes people feel, okay, why is it that affordable? Why is it that affordable? Is it really accredited? Is it really accredited? And so having to hear your own perspective, saying that you've actually tried to, check out the curriculum with other schools and you still see that it's top notch, so it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. So at this point, I do not, can you hear me, sir? Oh, the line is breaking. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So at this point, what would you want to say to AIU at this point? That would be my last question. What would you want to say to AIU at this point?
First off, I want to say thank you, Clara. Clara was my...
Clara Andrego,
yeah.
She was your advisor, I guess.
She was my advisor and my wife's advisor. So...
okay.
Yeah, she's actually good. She's been in the game from the discussions we've had. She's been in it for so long, and she knows what it entails. She will get you from day 1 to day 100. Do you understand? Not the way we know how it works in our environment. So when you're onboarded and they leave you behind, Clara would be there with you to the end, and she would genuinely be happy for your progresses. Do you understand? Plus the not the mobile app, the AIU app. I'm not talking about the AIU app.
The virtual campus.
The virtual campus, right. There's this feature there that even when you get carried away with life, right, it pops up every 2 days or 3 days when you've missed sign on. It's typical in the IT space, but it goes a long way. Do you understand? It's like a mental check to say that, dude, okay, I haven't seen you for XY days. You've missed XYZ. Can you try and check in? If you have issues, check in there. So it's like a total balance. So you feel like, even though I'm trying to learn, even though I'm in the workspace and there's a lot going on in life, you can strike a balance. So keep up with the good work. It's been fun. Being an alumni, it's been much fun. And let's see what the future holds.
We look forward to having you back as a doctoral student, but I know you might not be considering that right now, but we look forward to
honorarium.
Oh, fantastic.
Exactly. Let me go and do some good stuff, then you come in.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for your time. Thank you so much for sharing with us today. It's been an amazing time, just having these conversations with you. And we wish you all the best in your future endeavors.
Thank you so much.